What's up, everybody? This is a PSA grade reveal. We're going to go blind on a new box that we just got back from grading. This is actually our first video, and although I've been grading and collecting a long time, my sons are just getting into it, and so they're excited to be with their new channel. It's called Triplet Play Cards, and they are triplet identical boys that are getting into grading and cards. We want to introduce you to them since this is their first video. So real quick, AA, tell us what's going on, man.
So I'm Ace Anson, and I'm named after Cap Anson, and my favorite player is Mark Grace.
All right, Gracie and BB.
I'm Bryce Banks, named after Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub, one of my favorite players. My real favorite player is Jose Canseco.
The A's Bash brother. Love it.
Can't go wrong with Jose Canseco.
And he's got, show us the side of the hat there, 89. World Series, boom. All right, and CC, what's going on, buddy?
Hi, my name is Chance Kaysen, and I'm named after Frank Chance, one of my favorite players, but my real favorite is Darryl Strawberry.
Daryl, love it. All right, so we have these three, but we also have an older brother. Could be quads here. What you got, DD?
2 years older, I'm Dawson Daniel. I'm named after the Hawk, Andre Dawson, and my favorite player is Bo Jackson.
Love it. Can't go wrong with Bo. All right, these are our four folks. Thanks for letting us do that. We're going to have some fun here, and I think there should be some pretty cool cards. So, Dawson, I'm going to get you to hold the camera right behind me here while I cut this box open. And you got it, man? Okay. So this is just back. If you've submitted cards anytime recently, you know that that took forever. So we've been waiting on this one for a while. This is... I am a member of the Collectors Club, so this is vintage only. So this will be pre-1980. I'll take that. And we're going to make sure we don't reveal grade. Okay, I think that's the bottom. And boom. Ooh, Nolan Ryan to start. I like that. All right. So first up is a 1970, was it 1977 Nolan Ryan? Yeah. So one of his Angels cards. I'll work on the glare, but we've got pretty centered, pretty sharp, and an 8. All right, we'll take that. First card. PSA 8 Nolan Ryan.
First card.
Big difference in the 7s, and I mean, there's you guys know this that do vintage. 6 is you're hoping when you send in a vintage card to get something better than that. 7 you definitely came out ahead, but an 8 Nolan Ryan, that card's about a $350 to $400 card, and on a stack like that, that actually made us pretty close to our money back right there. So not a bad start. This is a cool card. This is unique. You don't really see a lot of these. It's 76 Hostess, which for George Brett is his second year card. Ooh. So these are hand cut. Some kid actually off a box of Hostess cookies somehow cut this perfect, and I'm glad he did. And that's an 8 also.
8, I know.
On the vintage grade here to start out with a couple 8s is pretty good omen. But I've been getting better. I've been learning, and had to get these vintage and kind of set a bar that you know you don't want to have any landmines. This is one of those that I had a 78 set.
The bird.
And it's the bird. That's right. And I thought these had chances to be above an 8. So we'll see if we were right about that. They're all going to have the corners. It's if he thought the centering was good. And the bird makes it in at a 9. The people rejoice for the bird. If you missed the last bird Beckett collector, which I always keep a Beckett handy, you get new Beckett, I get it, the price has changed, but Beckett Vintage, such a good magazine. If you don't have it, shout out to Dr. James Beckett. Those prices, which don't change overnight like modern, that Beckett Vintage guide can really help you kind of find, what cards are doing and what where your high numbers are. So much info in there other than just prices. It's a pretty cool book. It's every other month. Tug McGraw, if you don't know, Tim McGraw's dad, and I'll tell you, anytime you see me grade a player like that, not that Tug wasn't a great player, it's that I really thought it had a chance. And it's going to have to be, 8 or 9 or better to really make the money back, although this card as a raw is not super expensive. But Tug is sharp center. I think the gallery gives us a sign here. A 10! All right. Oh, 10. I mean, you got I got a magnifying glass, and I don't know if this is going to work. Probably make it worse than it is, but that one was definitely, yeah, that worked like a charm, didn't it? Like I said, first video, so don't boo me. But yeah, you know, dead sharp. You gotta be. And I'll tell you, look, I'm would not consider myself far from the grading pro here. I've done a bunch. It took me a while to get. Don't get me wrong. I got a bunch of 6s and 7s and 5s and worse when I first started. But one thing I'll tell you about getting 10s is you really have to be the critic. If you wanted to troll somebody and you wanted to just tell them every little wrong thing about their card, which doesn't look like much is wrong with this, Bucky bleeping bent with a 9. Perfect 1978 year, right in the middle of that playoff series with he hit the famous homer to beat the Red Sox. So I really like that card in that year. But anyway, like I said, you really got to start being honest with yourself about these cards, and if there's something wrong with them, you know, you're only fooling yourself if you keep sending them in and getting 6s and 7s and blaming PSA. If it's got a corner that you can, even being sarcastic, make fun of or find wrong, it's not going to get higher than an 8. And so this one is big. I'll give you a little bit of the differences here on the Brett. 7, you might get your money back, 40, 50 bucks. An 8 is about 70 bucks, and a 9 is about 325 bucks.
Whoa!
Let's go.
Another 9.
That is a sick-centered, very low pop. I don't think there's probably more than a dozen PSA 10s in the world, but that is a mint 9 George Brett with the salad going everywhere.
Yeah.
All-star, very early and very tough
Right
grade.
off the bat.
That's a $300+ card.
Ever.
There may not be many 9s listed. GOAT third baseman we have. Leave a note in the comments. Who's your GOAT third baseman? Who's your what are your thoughts on the 9s there, the 78s? We're going back to 74 here, and another player that, you look, some people like to prospect rookies. I like to prospect Hall of Famers. Bill Madlock is the player on this card that we're looking for. And Bill Madlock, if you don't know, has 4 batting titles. There's not, 6 people that have that many batting titles. And Bill Madlock has 4. He is not in the Hall of Fame. I think he might get there. There's worse players in.
I hope he does.
And I'm loading up on his rookies, and that's an 8 right there. So that's a
Okay.
easy card
If
right
Bill
there.
Madlock does get in the Hall of Fame, that card could be worth a lot.
And there he goes.
Oh, yeah.
Valuable advice right there. That's the idea, and he may not. But I'll tell you what, I have made a ton on Andrew Jones and Billy Wagner and Harold Baines and some of these guys that got in.
Chase Utley.
I'm loading up on Chase Utley, and as I early reveal this card, I will tell you that is actually Willie Mays' last Topps card. So one of those kind of PC items. I didn't think it had a shot at a gem, but I did think it was centered enough to be a nice add to the PC. And really, if you're doing the Willie Mays run, that's a tongue twister, you got to get that one. 73 is his last solo card, but a lot of people say that 74 is actually his last card. All right, which of you young collectors can pronounce this guy's last name?
Carl?
Yes, Tremzy.
That's why they call him Yaz.
Trzymski.
Yes, another card that I think is going to be a PC, not a real shot at Jim in here. It's OC, but I love this. It's the 61 rookie, and boom, a 5.
Okay.
Which the
Triple
rookie
crown
itself,
winner.
the 60 triple. That's right, dude. Triple. Rookie itself goes for about $350 a 5, and that card goes for about $150. So a little budget way to get an air quote rookie, and I guess this one's an upside downer, but we'll just go ahead and flip it because I don't think this will be super high. But it does have 2 goats on it, Clemente and May. Speaking of people with 4 batting titles, how about Bob Clemente? Roberto with a 6.
All right.
Sharp card, cool card. Those league leaders used to be loaded.
That's going to be
And that is a solid 6. It's OC. I'm mad about a 6 because it's got that print line there, but that's one of the lower ones. All right, again, cool cards here. We'll make them quick because I've got a few of these 60s, and I don't know that they're going to be super high, but that is a super cool card. You can call it vintage. It's 1960. Original Honus Wagner. Not many vintage cards of his you can get for under $100. that'll be right there at it with a 6. Pretty centered 6 too. So love these cards. This set was cool, and I have this set, so I'm trying to finish it.
Hey, Dad.
Wagner, yeah.
Highest batting average.
Yeah, buddy.
I feel like I've seen a card that they say is the first card that had Honus Wagner on it.
Yeah, I wish I had that one, but this is what do you know about this guy?
He won
He's
511
named
games. He's named after an award.
He's named after an award. That is
Six.
right, and that is a 6, and that's a good looking
I
Cy
don't
Young.
think 511
You
wins
could get
will ever be broken.
anything
No,
above
it
a
won't.
4 in these 60 flares are good. All right, real quick while we keep going, let me give you a shout out. If you like the video and leave a comment, I will do 15% off in the eBay store. All of these cards are for sale. Store is GW Cards and More. Capital GW for the initials, Cards and More. GW Cards and More, all one word. This is an 8 Charlie Neal and an awesome card.
Okay.
And you will get 15% off if you leave a comment and message me on eBay. These cards will go up right after the video. This one I always laughed at. Sox win the game 11-0. But let's highlight Charlie Neal of the Dodgers, meaningless stolen base. So that is an interesting card. But look, it's an 8, and not many people are going to grade that. And I definitely don't think many people are going to get an 8 on a 66-year-old card. Speaking of, this is even older. I do have the set of 55 Bowman. Again, these are some of the things that we'll show you in future videos. 54, 55 Bowman, 54, 55 Tops. You see the Hank Aaron as a piece of that. The Ted Williams. Do have Modern, which we'll do on some breaks. But this was an umpire card, and if you know about those, they're the high numbers in the set, and they're pretty rare to find above a 6. I thought this had a chance. It's kind of a 6, but mainly
I guess.
an OC. And that can't be right to left because it is dead centered, but that is a short border on that top.
A very,
And
very short
a
border.
little disappointing, but
Yeah.
you know, you're going to snag a bunch of 10s and 9s every now and again. You got to come back down to earth. I've seen Bowman with slimmer grades. I get the OC, but I'm not going to be picky. I get that. It is OC. So no problem there. Comment if you thought that was a fair grade. And hey, comment what would you rather have, an 8 OC or a 6 solid? Probably get the same amount of money. All right, this was a cool card here. It's an Ozzie Smith rookie, if I can get it filmed for you. And I know this is one that I sent in. I think it will be better. I sent it in and got a 4, which was ridiculous. We're going to see. And this is a regrade. And I needed it to get up. And if you know this card, it's never centered. So that's not that bad. And it is a 6 this time. So there we go. That was definitely worth the upgrade.
A 4 to a 6 is
So-
not bad.
Very happy with that.
Yes.
Very, very happy with that.
That
All
is
right,
my
2 to
favorite.
go here, and this is a cool one. Not a player you don't hear about a lot, but Tommy Davis, along with fellow Dodger Willie Davis on those 60s World Series teams for the Dodgers, was a player, man. Batting champ. This is a rookie cup card, and it's dead centered again, not an A-list player, so I thought I'd have a good shot at a high grade here. And it is an 8.5. Dude, let's go. I thought I had a shot there, and I'm happy with the 8.5. That is such a rare grade. I do not see a lot of half grades.
I got the 0.5 for the centering.
I know.
Yeah, that's a good shot there. Probably right. It is pretty much dead 50-50 centered all the way around. I think that being a rookie cup and that being one of just a grade you're not going to see. You can pretty much put a buy it now out there and see. I know the 9s are $300 and $400, so that 8.5 ought to be a pretty good lick. Now this is the last one. I'm glad it's last, and this is really probably the best card in terms of if you had a raw card value, not grading aside what we thought would be the biggest card here. I'll just give you the rundown and what we're hoping for. A 5 is about $200 according to recent comps. A 6 is about $300 to $350, and a 7 is about $800 or more. And I don't know. I know sometimes you do see print dots, and it is not centered, so that's probably the ceiling.
Youngest
But
player ever to get inducted into the Hall of Fame.
look at him.
He was
Trivia, and he is graded as the youngest Hall of Famer. A 7!
$300,
Wow! Let's go! All right. Now we're talking. That one I feel like we kind of got an overgrade there,
yeah,
which I love that. You always good to be on the high end of maybe where you thought it would be. So like in the comments if you feel like that was on the right or maybe a little higher, or for any of the cards. What was your favorite grade? Sandy, the youngest to get inducted. He's also, guys, the oldest living Hall of Famer currently. Ooh. So that is a good one to end on, and I thought a pretty cool grade box. I feel like we got a hot grader on that one. But again, I'll drop a link to the store, the eBay store, GW Cards and More. I'll also, anybody who messaged me there will get 15% off any of these cards. I list at the lowest comp. I'm not going to jack the price up. These will be good prices, and then you'll get that discount as we get this channel started. Hope you subscribe. Hope you like. Hope you had fun. Let us know what you'd like to see next, and tune in for the next video.
See ya! See ya!